Hi, I'm Terry from Waconda Boats here in Glen Elder, Kansas and Republican City, Nebraska. And I'm going to walk you through here the 2020 Lund 2075 Pro V Bass XS. Now Lund come out with the Pro V Bass lineup here 3 years ago, I believe it was. Every year we sell a few more of them. They're more and more popular every year. They're popular obviously amongst the bass fishermen, but also the muskie guys love this layout as well. Anybody that does a lot of cast fishing especially, but it's also still a very multi-species boat with this whole design they have under it. So the difference in this bass boat and many of the other bass boats out there is that Lund is using their proven big water IPS2 hull, the same exact hull they're using under their standard Pro Vs that they've used for years on this bass boat style deck. So it's really a big water hull with a bass boat style deck. So when you compare this to a lot of other bass boats out there, it handles big water very well. It's also a very dry ride compared to many others I've been in. So it's a very dry riding, comfortable big water bass boat. They offer this in two sizes. They have it in the 1875 and the 2075. This one being the 2075 is 21 feet, or it's 20 feet 10 inches in overall length. Basically a 21-foot boat. This is a sold boat, and so I'll kind of show you how he spec'd it out, and we ordered it to his specifications. This one here being shown in the color graphite metallic. And these are the raised chrome Lund decals. He did add that as an option. He did keep it with which would be called the standard trailer, which the only difference in the standard trailer and where you get the custom bunk upgrade on this one is they would come with nicer wheels. This is the standard wheels, and this is the standard fenders. It comes with diamond plate fenders when you do the custom bunk, but this is a standard trailer. They all have standard now the Lund Armor paint job, so it's a very gravel pit resistant paint on the trailer. When you do get the standard trailer, you do have to option in the roller load guides, so that is an option on this as well. Coming here to the back, also standard on all Shorelander Lund trailers is these retractable tie-downs. They're bolted right onto the trailer frame. You don't forget them anywhere. Very handy. Another standard feature on the Pro V Bass, or all the Lund Pro Vs for that matter, is this, they call it the rescue ladder. So it's a standard 3-step ladder that telescopes. Well, it comes recessed into the side of the boat. So handy way to get in and out of the boat if you're doing any swimming or just need to get back in. It's not hanging off the back of the boat to get caught in fishing line or anything like that. This one here, this guy ordered this with the V6 Mercury 225 4-stroke. I think max horsepower on this is the 250. A lot of guys will do the 250. This one he opted with the 225. That's still plenty of motor for this package. So that comes with the stainless steel prop. That is also an option. He went with Humminbird Electronics, but here I'll just go ahead and show you how a typical install, what we would do when we install your electronics. We always mount this transom board on the back of the boat, and then we mount the transducers to that. So that way you're not putting any more holes in the boat that you have to, or if you ever needed to move this to make it perform a little bit better at higher speeds, etc. You're just putting holes in this instead of the boat. So that's a standard way we would always install our electronics. I think that pretty well covers the outside of the boat. I'll hop on the inside here now. So now that we're inside the boat, the first thing I want to explain to you is the differences in the two models that they offer. So Lund offers the Pro V Bass in the traditional, and this one being the XS. XS stands for extra seating. So you have 2 extra jump seats here in the back with the XS. For us as a dealer at least, this has been by far the most popular model between the two. So if they also offer it in the traditional bass boat, which you wouldn't have these extra seats and you wouldn't have these pedestal seats, you would have one bench seat right across here in the middle. And so one of the biggest complaints or biggest problems with a traditional bass boat is it lacks seating. Where in a traditional you have seating really for 2 or 3 if you want to scrunch. This with the XS model you have very comfortable seating for 4. So it's a bass boat you can get a couple extra people in a little more comfortably. So that's been really popular. So what you get is these 2 extra jump seats. There is storage underneath those as well. And then here I'll start kind of on the back casting deck. You can see you got a very large casting deck in the back for the guy fishing off the back. One of your pedestal seats will move back here to either side of the motor to fish off the back. This here is a standard feature that's for the ski pylon hardware. If you do want the pylon, we just order it, or we'll have it in stock, and it just drops right in place for anybody that does want to do any skiing. Your main live well is a 2-door compartment here in the center, large live well. This divider comes out if you want to, but you can put one species on one side and one on the other, or bait on one side and your fish on the other. So very large live well. And for the guys in these back seats, you do have some cup holders here, one on both sides. Here's a little glove box compartment, or storage, whatever you want to put there. You do have these little rod straps too for the guys. When you're on the go, you can lay your rods down here across the gunnel, and there's 2 little straps here. Nice feature to have so they don't blow out. Another one up here in the front. This one here is shown with the optional port console. Now this console is very easily removable if you wanted to take it and get it out of your way, but it gives the guy and the passenger some wind protection, and it also adds a lot of storage too. It's a very large compartment here. And then over at the driver's seat, nice laid out dash. Switches are very easy to get to. All going to have hydraulic tilt steering. You can see this big area in the center. It's meant to flush mount any fish finder you want. Some guys opt to do it that way. A lot of them though will just put with what's called a ram mount here on the side. That way you can take them on and off if you want to take them in for winter storage or anything like that. It comes off a lot easier than having it flush mounted. Then years down the road, if you want to change your depth finder out, you don't have to worry about filling the same hole in the panel as well. So this is my preference in how to or where I would install it on most of them. But you do have that option if you do want to flush mount it as well. This one here is shown with SmartCraft gauges. Some guys have those, some guys don't. But it just gives you a little bit more readout on the motor here. It's a little digital box there for the SmartCraft. Let's see, here in the center you have another spot for a cooler. You can take that cooler out. If you just want to use it as storage, you can. Also, that works as like a step up to the bow. For those that don't want to take that larger step to get up to the bow casting deck, it's kind of like a step as well. So nice feature there. Here is a spot, like all Lund Pro Vs has this standard, but your measuring ruler has a spot where it stows away nice and handy as well. Very large glove box, or rod box, lockable rod box. Holds 15 rods. Trolling motor batteries are up underneath there as well. That's where you want them for the weight distribution of the boat. Planes the boat out faster, keeps the bow down. Of course, being a Pro V bass, you have a very, very large casting deck up here on the front. So just a lot of space up here, plenty of room to fish a couple people up here if you wanted to. One thing you get with this model is a built-in cooler. It's an insulated cooler. And 2 very, very large storage compartments up here as well. They're all going to come standard with this one bike seat. Okay, and then most people will option in the extra pro ride seat for the back. But just a lot of storage here. It goes clear back up under here. Here you have some storage for your navigation lights. They clip in here. All this is very dry storage too. It has what Lund calls their advanced water control system. Everything, any spray that comes over or any rain, it's all going to be washed back to the cockpit and eventually down to the bilge where you can pump the water out. Should stay completely out of your compartments. 2 more compartments up here in the front as well. So just a lot of storage. This here is the Ultrex. This guy went with the Ultrex trolling motor, Minn Kota Ultrex. And then of course another hummingbird up on the front. This is another typical install. We usually put them on a ram mount, that way you can move it and get it in the right, you know, so if you need to adjust it for the sun or for any case like that, you can. And again, it comes on and off a lot easier with that ram mount. There is a flush mount panel up here too for the guys that would rather just have them flush mounted. It can be done that way as well. I think that pretty well covers the Pro V bass. If I missed anything or if you have any questions at all, please give us a call. Our phone numbers and our emails are on our website, wacondaboats.com. And I'm Terry. Thanks for watching.